Well, the thing is, as you remember, with the replays on YouTube, they're literally just ripped straight off this. So I will do it from now on, and we will get better. Nice to see that you saw them anyway. Right, guys, so we are Ashes of Typhon. This seems to be such a popular map at the moment. Not entirely sure why. Local goes back to Space Marines. Lindonin with the Lictor Alpha. So let's see if we can't find where the action is going to kick off. Not sure we're going to get too much. So just the 2 home against squads for Lindonin. No mass melee spam. The joys of Russian. Lictor going up down the middle. Nothing else coming to meet him. LocalGhost going for the wreck points first. Here we go. Maybe a bit of an engagement. Attack's getting some shots in on the Lictor. Just pull it out just before the flesh hook goes off.
Target acknowledged. The task unfinished is a flare on action.
So LocalGhost being very wary of that Lictor, I think. That's Termagants have found the Techmarine. But here comes the Lictor to lend a hand, and the Termagants just go off to cap instead. Hogan's going to try and get in on the Techmarine as well, who is forced to bug out, no pun intended. Hogan's on the left going to go and potentially get the triple cap early doors. Second attack squad again for LocalGhost. Lictor got to be careful. So Lindonin is going to get the triple cap by the looks of things. Putting that VP pressure on like he did in the last game. Termagant's going to have a bad day, I think. Especially if the attacks come in. Nope. Attacks are going to focus on the Hormigans on the power. The entire left side has gone Lindonin's way, and his warriors are out. Hormigans should be able to get out from there. It's going to be. Oof. Going to be. Oh, actually. 10. And they're out of there. So loses a Hormigan squad, just keeps them in there a little bit longer than needed. And he could lose another Hormigan squad here. Bionics for the Techmarine. Just going to get away, I think. Just lucky boy, Lindonin. Boys with the barbed strangler. Attacks, putting some pressure on the economy of Lindonin. That looks like the toxic miasma on the Lictor. But capping that's going to hold Lindonin back for a few minutes while he, well, a few seconds while he recaps his wreck. But he does hold the 2 victory points on the left. LocalGhost a little short on units for the capping game. But I suppose we could say the same thing about Lindonin after that Hormigan loss.
Power node secure. Shall we activate and enhance it?
Adding power generator.
So Lictor going down for the scouts by the looks of things. Techmarine going to pick up the middle wreck point over here. Let's have a look, see how these attacks do. Attack scouts even.
Adding power generator. Generator operational.
Now we get some Those scouts looking in a bit of trouble. Don't think he's noticed, and they're going to go down. So that's a lost squad. Another warrior squad for Lindonin. So I'm guessing that was a Bionics. Just a little bit too early. Only catching the one home gun. But here come the ASM. That should force off the home guns. Second warrior squad's going to put a lot of pressure on those ASM though. I assume they're going to stay in melee.
Enemy contact.
We have 300 points remaining. Generator operational. We are losing a requisition point to the enemy.
So Lictor in a bit of trouble now. He's going to pull back, let the warriors come in and take the fight. Leaping in, knocking the ASM back. But Tax are going to get caught having to recap up down this left hand side. Lindonin going tier 2 with a 225 victory point lead. Scouts on this side. Has he realised this time? Or is he going to lose another scout squad?
One of our own has died.
It's not looking good. And he pulls them out just in time.
The enemy is
Decapping the wreck point to be a pain in the rear end. But the map is turning quite blue now. LocalGhost copping up after that, forcing off those warriors. Both squads coming out together. About to hit 2-2, but LocalGhost not far behind. So Hormagun's capping up the spare power over here. Has he noticed? He's either not noticed or he's being greedy. He's certainly noticed now.
We must reverse the course of the battle. We are losing a requisition.
So recapping up this left hand side. Going for the wreck points, trying to keep that Techmarine strangled with requisition. But the, LocalGhost has got a fair bit in the bank already. I'm going to see some plasma guns on one squad, Sergeant on the assault squad, and a Tyrant guard coming out for Lindonin. What? Lictor forced off by the ASM and the Techmarine, who's also got a plasma gun. And Gene's coming out for Lindonin.
Strategic location ahead.
The task unfinished is a prayer unanswered.
What is strategic interest?
So heavy melee warriors now in on the ASM, while the Hormagun's going to get in on the attacks. ASM making that jump, just trying to knock down the squads, but here come the Gene Stealers now. Walk straight into I've forgotten the name of the ability, but they're silly boy, but that's those ASMs in a lot of trouble. Oh no, it's Genes. Oh, Gene Stealers down, first engagement, just too much heavy weight of fire. Merciless strike. That's the ability, and then we've got a Razorback coming out. So Lindonin changes his mind on the Tyrant guy to go for Gene Stealers, who lasted about 3 seconds. So this will be a Venom Brood called in. See how much attention LocalGhost is paying. Looks like he might be losing his Razorback as quick as Lindonin lost his Genes, although quick use of the Techmarine Global is hopefully going to see it safe, and Lindonin going to settle for a Power Bash with the Venom Brood instead. So LocalGhost starting to put a lot more pressure on the VPs now.
We are losing a requisition point to the enemy.
Oh, Techmarine turret at the top here. There's not a huge amount that Lindonin can do. That is very obnoxious turret placement. He's going to have to come round or use his Lictor, which is really going to be a waste of time or a bad use of his time. Meanwhile, we do see a Power Bash going for the decap as well, just to be a pain in the rear end. Extra armor purchase for the Razorback, which is hiding back in base because he's scared of the Venom Brood. So a lot of pressure being put on LocalGhost now. He's got the double 2-1 cap for now, but not sure how long that'll last. Pulls in the Scout Sergeant, which is just going to spread the damage across all the unit, and they're going to start dropping. And just the Sergeant gets out with 5 HP.
The enemy is claiming a
And
victory
he's going to start
point.
picking up the points. He can then swing up and get the turret. I think that's might be where we might be seeing the Venom Brood go. Tier 3 for Lindonin as well.
The chapter stands with you.
So levels out at 1-1 cap. Lindonin tier 3 with resources in the bank. LocalGhost still tier 2. Not dealt with this turret though, so he can recap up. Not going for the cap straight out, which surprises me. I thought with those victory points not in his favour, he'd be looking to pick them up as best he can. Might be thinking about looking at a Power Bash, while the ASM are going to cap up the victory point once they've got the wreck point. Venom Brood coming back out of base now. Another turret going up. Might struggle to get it up in time, although they're in the arc now of the first one. So layered turrets. Looking to base lock Lindonin. How far is he off? Not too far off a Carnifex though. But this should allow him, if he's good, to get around and cap up the map. Still a fair few red points over in LocalGhost's side of the map.
Our Techmarine has reached level 4. One of our tarantula sentry guns is under enemy attack.
So Lindonin really struggling now to get out of base with this turret. But he has managed to get round here.
Adding power generator.
And the Lictor is going to finish off the first turret.
The enemy
Trying to give him a bit of space to get out of base. Still puts pressure on. LocalGhost still in tier 2 though.
Generator
Can't
operational.
effects won't be far off.
Adding power generator.
And meanwhile, LocalGhost is slowly but surely capping up the bottom side of the map. Still does have a 100+ victory point lead.
Xeno spotted.
So here comes the big engagement.
Generator operational.
Lindonin will be hoping to push off the Space Marines here.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
Definitely got in amongst them.
Destroying a key structure.
Grenade goes in, scares off the Tyranid blob, but here comes the Carnifex. Getting a venom cannon.
The enemy has destroyed one of our structures.
So last cannon on its way now for LocalGhost. Oh, I'm assuming that's what he's going to go for. So we're going to see him stop and shoot. A couple of rear armor hits. Going to put the pressure on. So the Lictor's managed to deal with the turret. Looks like he's coming off to cap down the left. So he's got it squared away with a 50-point victory point lead. Techmarine doing some decent damage.
Understood.
But here come the warriors to put some pressure on. Last cannon in play now. But back, victory points back in favour of Lindonin. In comes, I'm going to say, probably without number. Oh, Venom Brood. Venom Brood just get out. ASM's putting pressure on the Carnifex, but the crippling poison slows them down. Hormagate's going to come in. Nom nom on some ASMs. Not so much nomming going. There goes one ASM. Merciless Strike goes in. Got to be careful of these Hormagates now. Should be out okay unless there's a jump available. But it might just be a bit too far for going for that. So still it's a 2-1 cap. Lindonin making use of the early pressure he put on.
The enemy is outmaneuvering us.
ASM just standing around to get shot and switching into the heavy melee. Forces the ASM off. So we're going to see another Devastator, which I have a feeling may just stick with the advanced targeting. We shall see. Bionics knocking the warriors away. They're dealing with very under-reinforced squads here.
The Tyranid swarm is overwhelming their victory point.
With only one Venom Brood squad member left, it's going to be very hard to put pressure on the Razorback, and in turn that Razorback's going to pressure most of Lindonin's army, so needs to be very careful. Does have the Carnifex, which should be coming out of base about now. There we go.
Has 200 points remaining.
Last cannon setting up. Did the second one go last cannon? I can't tell. Yeah, we've got a second last cannon. Bioplasma knocking the first last cannon away. That kind of effect's really going to struggle. I think he might be better with a Barb Strangler. Would still have done big damage to the Razorback, but would have been able to knock away the last cannons and put more anti-infantry damage on. Warriors in a Venom Brood in a little bit of trouble. We got the Lictor, the tier 3 Lictor coming out, so they will be seeing that doing some sneaky caps. And big retreat now from LocalGhost. Could go tier 3, but he's got no pop for anything, which in turn means it might be worth going just to have it in the bank in case he needs it. SM's getting the melter off just as the Carnifex gets a shot off, and then quick use of the Techmarine Global to get the repairs on the go. Warriors capping up the bottom though, and we're going to see some home guts capping up the top, so we might see a triple cap very soon.
Technology unlock beginning.
Secured.
We have 100 points remaining.
So, LocalGhost still in this air, going tier 3. It's going to look to get the mid capped up. Just about levelling off at about 100 victory points each. And looks like he's also going to get the decap on the victory point up top. So even the decap is going to get it. Starts to drop the grenade. Gets the cap. Going to have to get out. He's going to lose his scouts. That could be a dead scout squad now. And that's a dead scout squad. Meanwhile, pushing up. Carnifex really struggling to do very much. Razorback turning his back on the Venom Cannon though, not the most sensible of ideas. Tier 3 Lictor getting him onto the las cannons, but just getting sheer weight of fire down. Razorback goes down this time. And the Lictor Alpha forced off as well. But Warriors have picked up the VP at the bottom. But look, goes for the lead. Going for the natural of Lindonin and going to get a Dreadnought out. Bit of presence. Huge hits, amounts of hit points, just giving some more field presence. Las Cannon seeming to not go for the Carnifex. 2 hits on the Carnifex there. Bionics hitting the tier 3 Lictor away, but they're jumping in, knocking back the first Las Cannon, not the second. So it's jumping away from the Lictor, has deadly jump, so jumps after them. Merciless strike going in, so Dreadnought's out now. Gonna take a while to get up into the fight. Meanwhile, we've got some home guns and Warriors copping off down the bottom. These tacks are in a bit of trouble. Getting the Sergeant out, trying to keep them on the field. Sergeant comes out. But Loses another model. Those tanks need to go. In fact, those tanks are dead. ASM's almost knocked off the cap, but keep going. Second attack squad now in a lot of trouble. Are they going to get out? Lose the sergeant. But the other one is gone, and we get a little sink kill. So 2 attack squads down for LocalGhost. That might be a little bit too much. It's got 2 las cannons, ASMs, and a dreadnought. Dreadnought should be able to win from here, but with the extra heavy melee potentially coming in from the warriors, might cause him a few problems. ASM's getting the cap at the bottom. So map is very, very red now. Lindon's almost going to have to win it with what he's got. I think he'd get one more unit out, potentially.
For the chapter.
Techmarine's going to be a lot of trouble here. I think that's going to be a dead Techmarine. Yep, Techmarine goes down. It is a 2-1 cap for LocalGhost, but I think Lindonin might have enough here to see it out from here. He's going to get his natural, potentially get the natural here. Drop pod coming in, so that'll be some extra attacks. But we see a Tyranid formation going off. So these ASM are going to be in a lot of trouble. Everything getting knocked all over the place by the warriors. Attacks won't last very long, being fresh out the gate. Warriors are level 2, both level 2. And the GG is called. I assume the GG is called. Last cannons may be coming up for a cap. Put the last cannon down, and the final last cannon goes down, and the game is won in favour of Lindonin.